I'm Derek, nice to meet you.
Hi, Derek.
Mahe's a buyer. I have to figure out how to sell this place to her. This is parody, right? This isn't exactly how we do business. What am I getting myself into? You want to give me your buyer profile? Who are you?
I am married and I have 2 kids. We are in Eva Beach now, and my dad lives on the North Shore, and we visit him a lot, so it's getting kind of far for us. Don't think we can do a single family, and if we can't, we'll just stay where we're at. We don't know that we can do a townhouse or a condo, but we do want to be closer to my dad, and we do like the area, so I mean, we figured we'd just check it out.
We are here in Mililani, and one of our recent listings. The current seller was our buyer, active duty military client who only owned it for a couple years, is making tens of thousands of dollars. Had he positioned it and sold it when we recommended, etc., probably would have made some tens of thousands more. But it's still doing good. I figured we would show this listing media, flex on how we present our properties, what a great job we do with staging and media, etc., and then talk about, you know, for the people who watch this channel who are buyers, who might buy in here. I'll save it, but I used to live like 1 block up before I bought my house. I lived 1 block up, so we can show you where my kids used to play at this park right over here. And the people who are buying, what are
It's exactly that. I think the perfect buyer profile for a place like this is a growing family. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, which is big for a condo.
But people from the mainland will consider this, when we show the outside of this building, whatever, they're like, oh, those are condos, but in Hawaii,
Townhome. What's cool about this one is that this one is positioned in an area of the complex where the next building to the side is far away and the next building behind is far away. So you have a lot of space all around you. You're not up against other buildings. Also, it's just kind of that price point, and that it has enough space to where a growing family could comfortably be in a townhouse who would maybe have preferred to be in a single family at some point, but maybe they're not quite there yet.
That's the big thing. There are certain people who don't want single family. They want the association to take care of the roof and the grass, and they don't want to control everything outside of the 4 walls. But for the most part, people moving into Mililani Mauka would achieve that single family if they could. This is towards the upper end of townhomes, you know, before you get to single family. There's a couple of options, even bigger, more spacious. In Mililani town, there's one where you have garages with your townhouse.
Most of the people that came in here, that's exactly what they were. They were, you know, they're not quite ready for single family. But this has enough bedrooms, and it has enough designated bedrooms, because a lot of, I mean, here in Hawaii, it's like 2 kids per bedroom, you know. So it's nice to have an actual 3rd bedroom. There aren't a lot of 3 bedrooms in this community, so that was like a big thing for people as well.
Another buyer profile, which literally the guy selling this might be a military person house hacking. So maybe a military person stationed at Wheeler, Schofield, elsewhere, 3 bedrooms. So they're like, I'm deployed half the time. My buddy who's on the other unit, you know, port and starboard, Alpha, Bravo, he's deployed when I'm not deployed. And so we just kind of share this place. This might be a good fit for someone like that as well, because it's not huge. Well, let me show you this 3 bedroom here in Mililani Mauka.
Okay.
You grew up here, so you know Mililani Mauka, yeah?
I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time up here. It always felt a little bit bougie for me.
Bougie for you. So this is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
2 full bath.
Furniture is not included.
Oh no, deal breaker.
2 full bath.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys like to barbecue. I don't know how you feel about like plants. There is an outdoor space.
Okay.
And it being an end unit, a little bit more greenery. No, you know, we pride ourselves in keeping it real. Trash cans are there, so there will be certain days where a trash truck comes, you're gonna hear that noise. But my understanding is it's typically during daytime hours, so if you're at work, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if there are restrictions, like could I get rid of this? Because there's just no grass, and I like having grass.
Get rid of the concrete?
Yeah.
I don't know, but usually my stance is like what the association don't know. I'm gonna hurt them, but that'd be a big loud job. Other people can see down into your space, so we'd want to check first. But we can check on that. I got a guy, Aiden, great guy. I'll have him look into it for us.
Okay, it would be nice to have some grass as well. Do you know about, we have 2 dogs, and that would be kind of like, I mean, it's good to have a yard for them. It would be nice to have some place for them to go, but could they even be here? Like, I don't know what the pet policy or anything is like here.
Yeah, you know what? We're selling another townhome in Mililani right now. And to my surprise, it was one dog, one cat. If you had a second dog, you had to get a written exception. So unless your dogs are ESAs, I don't know, I'll double check. I have seen people walking multiple pets.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna be okay. There's a dog park close by, so
Yeah.
we could.
Okay, that's
we could see
true.
that
I
on the way
mean,
out.
no grass here, but at least there's a dog park that we could take them to.
There's a dog park and there's a few parks right around. And since this is an end unit, I'm not saying your dogs can do their thing over here, but I'm saying if I had a dog, they'd probably be spending a little time over here. And quite frankly, I'll probably just set up right here. Now, I'm not saying the association's okay with that. I'm just saying. All right, guys, so this is that park that I was talking about earlier. Mahe is going to the dog park. We're gonna meet her over there. This is where my kids literally used to play because I used to live in those townhomes. In fact, let's go drive over there. This neighborhood is called Ku'ulako. Great thing about this park, a lot of grass, amazing, a lot of families. Bad thing, no bathroom. And no shade too for the parent. You know, you could play soccer, football, set up pitching, even hit baseballs potentially, depending on how old your kid is. Look at these yards. These are some of the biggest yards you're gonna find in a townhome, period. Especially the corner units. That's what we used to live in. This grass that we just drove by, my kids used to play there all the time when they were like a lot younger. During COVID, it was kind of ridiculous because everyone had to wear masks while outside, and then the neighbors would be like, tell your kids to put masks on, and I just played along. In the corner unit back there, that's where we lived when we first moved back home until we bought our house. The association president used to live right next to me too. She was nice, but come to find out she hated us. So my kids were loud. A Hawaii pastime, sliding down hills with cardboard. And my kids used to always slide down this hill. This will be, like when my kids are older, this will be the hill that they come back to and they think, oh, I used to slide down this huge hill. And it'll be that, that little hill right there. Aiden, you do a ton of showing. Can you think of another townhome community with yards this big?
This big? In Mililani?
No, on the island. I know there's one in Hawaii Kai, but there's not really many.
The Aloha court, but even then, it's not even as big as this.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's still smaller.
Yeah,
And two,
yeah.
it's higher in price.
Right.
So we wanted to show you the dog park in Mililani Mauka, right behind us. There was a dog here earlier. It's a dog park with no dogs. So nice green fenced in area. It's actually directly next to another one of the parks here, which has basketball, baseball field, public restroom. Just on the other side of the dog park, we have the shopping plaza in Mililani Mauka right here. Long's Drugs, it's like CVS here, a bunch of different places to eat. Taps and Apps is probably like the one more like nightlife kind of thing. Banks, that kind of stuff there. And just where those cars are, you can see them in the background, they're hopping on to the H2. That's one of the big draws here in Mililani. That's an easy commuter town. Speaking of commute, this dog park is actually attached to a park and ride here in Mililani. So this is a big parking lot where you could drop your vehicle, and that's that main bus station right there. Hop on the bus if you didn't want to drive and you didn't want to commute.
What's our final sales price?
$645.
$645.
Yeah.
The least expensive single family in Mauka. Now there are these rare two bedroom single families. I'm gonna exclude those. More likely a small, like 900 something square foot 3-bedroom would be the smallest thing, and that's gonna push close to around 900,000.
Is it? It's not more than that? I feel like it might be more than that right now.
Depending on the product.
There's single family attached homes down in Mililani town, the older side of Mililani, those are in the 900,000s too.
Yeah, under $1 million.
Yeah.
Where else would someone go? So if they're looking in the mid 600s, you can go to Eva and
Beach.
get more townhome.
Yeah.
You go to Eva, like Ocean Point, Spinnaker, Fairways.
Yeah, you'd probably also get a 3-bedroom there, but it'd be a lot bigger than this.
It'd be bigger. You might have a garage.
Probably have a garage,
Not at 650. But yeah, you could get more in Eva.
Yeah, you could get probably something a little bit bigger in Eva Beach, but then you're challenged with the traffic of Eva Beach. Mililani puts you away from that bottleneck there, so it's a lot easier of a commute. Pretty much dead center in the island. So whether you're trying to get to downtown Honolulu or you're trying to go for a beach day on the North Shore, it's not that difficult.
That's something you can get to North Shore just as easy as you can get to any other beach.
Yeah.
Super central in that sense. Why would someone move to Mililani Mauka? Well, not me, because I would never tell you where to live based on schools. But my wife, you could not get her out of the Mililani Mauka school. It's specifically Mililani Mauka Elementary. That's what she likes.
Yeah.
Mililani Ike and Mililani Mauka, these two elementary schools, if you go to most of the sites, they're rated like 9 out of 10.
Your kids could even walk to school from
The
here.
middle school, there's a back road here where you go through a cul-de-sac, get to the middle school super easy. Mililani is known for parks and rec centers.
Parks and recs here, basketball courts, tennis courts.
Yeah.
Gyms, all kinds of rec centers with pools, stuff that you all have
Cooler
access to. Way cooler weather.
We were sitting outside the other day and it was just cold. Easter, my father-in-law was like, oh, this is colder than Pearl City Palisades. Because Palisades is known to be cooler too, right? And they were like, do you guys have extra jackets? I was like,
When you're coming into Mililani Mauka, you start to see pine trees lining the community. Here, there by the plaza, and then when you're going up Mehe'ula Parkway there, it's all lined by pine trees as well. So it gives you kind of a cool, like, suburban all-American feel. So you told me this doesn't work.
I never said that at all.
You did. We're just gonna say you did. So you told, no you did, I remember.
Local girl, you don't really use AC in a cold place like Mililani Mauka.
Yeah, I guess maybe. We're in Eva Beach right now, so we run our AC all the time.
Yeah. How's that electric bill?
Pretty high,
Yeah.
pretty high.
What are you guys gonna do with all the savings? So not having to run air conditioning as much.
I don't know, maybe redo that kitchen. Kitchen is actually like something that's important to me. This is pretty original. We will save a little bit on this one if we don't get something bigger someplace else. How much do you think it would take for us to get this kitchen just a little bit more updated?
A full kitchen renovation. So we're talking cabinets, countertops, new sink, new faucet, new appliance package.
Yeah, let's ballpark that.
So depending this kitchen itself for the cabinets, the counters, I'm gonna ballpark around $4,000. Depending on your appliance selection, you would probably stay under 10,000 for materials and install. But if we're going like KitchenAid, Viking or something, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because I'm always thinking of exits and you know what you can sell for when you leave.
Yeah.
If you're gonna spend 10,000 on a refrigerator, it's not gonna raise the value in a $600,000 place the way it would in say maybe a $5 million home in Kahala. So I keep it modest. And you know, as long as the stove gets hot, you can make beef luau.
I prefer squid luau, but...
Squid luau, turkey luau.
Okay.
Some people will be confused as to where to spend their $600,000 to $700,000, Mililani Mauka or Eva. But a lot of times it's defined. It's like, no. I need more house, newer. I upscaled, and so we're going west. Whereas Mililani people are like, I'm not dealing with that heat. I'm not dealing with that traffic. I don't care if it's smaller. We're gonna do something like this. It's usually pretty defined, but some people are on the fence, right?
Yeah.
But what else would you show people in Mililani Mauka?
Mililani Town Center, which is technically on the other side of Mililani. Like, you don't have movie theaters and all that stuff over here. Oh no, it's not 2 minutes away. But like 5 minutes away,
that's
you
what
have
makes,
that home.
they don't want that in Mauka.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They want it nearby over there, but
Yeah.
in Mauka, it's like quiet retreat.
Yes. People aren't coming to Mililani Mauka to just drive in and pass through. It's very like people who live here are here. You know, it's just not very transient. I mean, Mililani in general is not very transient. It's not like a
tourist destination.
Yeah, it's not like a town that people are like, oh, let's hit Mililani
it's
this
not
weekend.
like the travel vloggers or
no.
hidden gem in Mililani.
Yeah.
Not really.
So already, by and large, like Mililani as a community in whole is pretty just like residential and like slower pace than other neighborhoods can be. But it has everything you need. And of the two, Mililani town or area, the older side, and Mauka is even more so like nice and quiet and relaxed and mellow.
Yeah, and like homogenous.
Homogenous. I was just gonna say, could be boring for some people.
Well, because Mililani town side, there's like several facets to it.
Yeah.
Mauka, it's like it's one way in, one way out. Once you pass those stoplights, we're all kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah. And that can be boring for some people, but that's exactly what a lot of people want.
It is a little boring for me, but it's like very first world problems that I get to live around here.
I mean, everything else is pretty nice. My goal is not to be in this forever, so I do have to think about my exits. I mean, we want to be in a single family home at some point, but what could I do to make sure that when we leave and when we're going to the next thing that we're positioning ourselves to like get something better?
To force value?
Yeah.
To your point, the place is fairly updated depending on how long you were in here and the wear and tear. You may or may not even want to touch the flooring because the juice may not be worth the squeeze. The flooring's pretty nice as it is. Updating the kitchen for sure. We could consider some new light fixtures. Some of these electrical plates that are like all men, we can change them to white. The new appliances would show better. On the good side, there's not a ton you need to do to this place. On the other side of the coin, if you're looking for like a live-in flip to turn a big profit in a short amount of time, this may not be the one.
Yeah, no, we have kids, so we're not trying to be in a project while we're living there. But I mean, the goal is to get something bigger later. You know, I'm really having a hard time with just connected walls and townhouse life in general. Like we're renting right now, but it is a single family, and I like that level of comfort of not being so like on top of each other. Like it's hard for me to make sense of buying if it's not something that we like want to live in. It's not the thing that we prefer to be in.
It is not as common that someone would go from a large single family to, or even a bigger townhome in Eva to a smaller townhome. It must be for very specific reasons. So I didn't get to ask you where your kids go to school, if you're specifically trying to target this school, or if it's just to get closer to dad. If you're, you know, your kids go to Kamehameha or something like that, and you just want to get on this side of that H1, H2 merge, then something in Waipio, something in Kunia, you can get to the North Shore. There's other ways to get more square footage for your dollar if, you know, the price of being near these schools, the price of this cooler weather isn't worth it for you. So we're never going to push you in the other direction. And to answer one of Mahe's questions, how could you sell for the highest value? Well, you go to coreteamhawaii.com and you go to the bottom and fill out the contact form, and you'd ask us for an assessment on your home, and we'd move forward. So what you think? You want to buy this? Because I got to pick up my kids.
Oh, I'll talk to my agent, Aiden Martin.
You already have an agent.
Yeah.
Okay, let's lock it up.